So the Pittsburgh Steelers just escaped a potential disaster. And the player that I'm going to talk about first is none other than wide receiver Calvin Austin III. He's been sitting out practices. He missed week 1 of the NFL preseason. And frankly, Austin has not been on the practice field since August 2nd. So that's almost 2 weeks. So what are the rumors that are going around? A potential serious injury? Maybe rumors of yet another contract issue, and that's something that we don't want to hear because we're hot on the heels of Cam Hayward saying he's actually okay with missing regular season games. I'm going to get to that in a minute. And also Chris Boswell, he's wanting more money after a career year kicking the ball. So first off, first things first here, it's not a contract issue. The severity of the injury, exactly what the injury was, that remained under wraps until just now. The Steelers haven't seemed super concerned about it, but now we've been given some clarity on the issue. And Steelers now, Alan Saunders, he reported just today, the wideout has a core muscle injury. So this is straight from him. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III is dealing with a minor abdominal muscle injury. Multiple sources have confirmed that. And Austin's been out of practice for several days. He missed the team's first preseason game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Head coach Mike Tomlin said last week that he expected Austin to return to practice really soon, and the injury is not expected to impact his readiness for the start of the regular season at this time, not at all. And once again, that source is confirming to Steelers Now the fact of that. And then we're looking at, despite the injury, the Steelers still have Austin as their starting receiver opposite DK Metcalf. So that's a huge relief. And his absence from last Saturday's preseason opener against the Jaguars, it actually caused some good things to happen. The team got to get a longer look at Roman Wilson, a longer look at Scotty Miller, who's really been popping in training camp so far. And it also looks like the Steelers, they're not really going to rush this injury. They're going to give him plenty of time to rest up. Mike Tomlin doesn't sound overly concerned. Quote from him, he'll be perking back up here soon, I'd imagine. And the Steelers are coming into a game. They're going to host Tampa Bay for week 2 of the preseason. So we have that to look forward to. And looking at Saunders' report, it just finally puts to rest all this drama. Well, one of the dramatic things that are happening to your Pittsburgh Steelers. Him not being on the field, Austin's absence from practice, Tomlin, he's been vague in describing his injury so far. Let's get to the speculation on this contract. And this is straight from Saunders as well. While Austin is entering the final season of his contract, Austin's agent, Rodney Williams, he confirmed that the only reason he's not practicing right now is his injury. Austin previously participated in all the team's other offseason programs before the injury. And you guys know he's going to be a free agent next year, but he's not really in a strong position to renegotiate a contract right now. He's going to have to play it out because, sure, he had a really nice season last year, right? You guys were probably excited to see this. 548 receiving yards, 15.2 yards per catch. That's really good. And before that, well, in total, he's only got 53 catches for his entire career. He missed his entire rookie season, as you guys remember, because of an injury. And then he had 17 catches for only 180 yards in 2023. 26 years old, he started 9 of 34 NFL games, and overall 88 targets. He's had 728 receiving yards total, and he's also scored 5 touchdowns. So if he's probably looking to build on this season, and if he really balls out, becomes a true number 2 in this offense, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers will gladly pay him. And that'll be a huge blessing to see him come on. And expectations, what are we at here? I think the expectations on him are high from the team because the team hasn't even tried to acquire another receiver coming into this season. They haven't really had any serious interest. The only guys that have brought in are somebody like Robert Woods, really nice veteran, but not really something that's going to move the needle. Austin is still slotted in as the number 2 receiver. So this is from Steelers wide receiver coach Zach Azzani. He said back on June 11th already that Everybody's downplaying, underplaying our group right now. I love it that way. I don't want anyone to be looking at us anyway. It'll be good. I think that 2 spot is Calvin's. We really like him. Him and DK are such different players too. They're going to be plays where he's the one guy because that's his route and vice versa because they're so different in stature. So it sounds like they obviously feel good about him. He's got to get healthy, though, because granted, your Steelers have maybe the best tight end room in the entire league. I mean, Jonnu Smith, Freiermuth, you guys are looking really good at tight end, but it's pretty thin behind Austin. We're looking at Robert Woods, Scotty Miller. They're listed as the second-team receivers in this depth chart. They could make an impact for Pittsburgh's offense, but let's not forget about Roman Wilson. He could definitely be a breakout candidate here. I would love to see him man the slot position. I think he has the potential after being a third-round pick, missing out on his rookie year last year. But clearly, the team expects a lot from Austin, and I think we should too. I'm feeling really optimistic about this, but let's look at the pessimist view. Something you're not going to get from me very often, but let's look at worst case scenario, right? Mike Tomlin did speak to the media on Monday. He was asked about expectations when it comes to Austin returning, and he elaborated a little more. There's not really a lot of positive that came from this, if you look at it from the negative view, obviously. We'll see, Tomlin said. At this point, I'll describe it as day-to-day. I know he's working his way back to us. He had a good rehab day today, but still at this point, I describe it as day-to-day. But he did further go on to say that he expected him back over the next week. But there's no true timeline, right? There's no definite day that he's going to come back. We can speculate that something more serious is going on. I mean, he missed his entire rookie season back in 2022, and there was a ton of uncertainty surrounding his status heading into that season, right? Very little understanding about the seriousness of his issue that he was dealing with even back then. So the team's kind of played hard and fast with injuries in the past, most particularly with Calvin Austin. But you know what? In his 4th year, I think he's going to be just fine. So let's table that. Let's get to the actual injury scare that just happened in practice. And I'm going to actually go directly to Twitter. Yes, I will always call it Twitter. I'm not calling it X. I am officially an old head here. So there was an injury scare. The Steelers were back at St. Vincent College after their win over the Jacksonville Jaguars in week number 1. And the Steelers really avoided any major injuries in this first contract, but they did have a veteran leave practice, and man, it was a scare because Darius Slay, he limped off the field during practice, immediately worked on by trainers, and this update was posted shortly after that. Slay was actually walking around on the sidelines. Nothing major appears wrong, so everybody chill. Not going to be a big issue, and we can be thankful for that. And I just want to kind of touch on the Cam Hayward issue. He actually said, it's hard for me after the year I had to really justify playing at the number I'm playing at. I mean, it's possible that he's just letting his thoughts be known. He does a podcast. He's got to fill that time. Yes, I do have dogs here in my house, so I hope you guys can empathize. But this might be one of two things. It might potentially be a foreshadowing of a potential holdout or a hold-in at some time before the season starts, or it could be just him kind of letting his thoughts know. Regardless, the 36-year-old, if you're looking at it from his perspective, he's currently the 22nd highest paid defensive tackle in the league, and that's after coming off his 4th first-team All-Pro season since 2017. He absolutely balled out last year, and Shefty, he just reported that Hayward and the Steelers, and I quote, have not made any progress, end quote, in talks about a new deal. It's likely led to him getting disgruntled as the season approaches. I can't say I truly doubt it or truly blame him, but he did sign a 3-year extension just last offseason. A lot of you can make the argument of, hey man, you signed a contract last year, play out your contract. He's probably like, look, I'm 36 years old and I had one of the best seasons of my career last year. I need some money because the market's reset. So I'm going to keep you posted on this. It's safe to assume that this will not be the last that we're going to hear about this issue. But man, what a relief. It looks like Calvin Austin's injury is not serious. It looks like his absence was not contract related. And also Darius Slay, he's absolutely good to go. So appreciate you guys. I'll continue to be here with Pittsburgh Steelers coverage on the daily. I've been gone a few days, had some things to attend to, and appreciate you guys. And let's get ready to enjoy the preseason game against Tampa coming up at home. See you guys soon.